I personally prefer to fly airlines that are not American. I like Delta or American Airlines. I prefer like European airlines, not because the service is so much better. It's because I think that the European crowd are better flyers than Americans. I think they have been traveling for so long and they have experienced different cultures in different countries for so long. They are able to manage and behave on a much better way than Americans are. And I'm gonna give an example. When I was going to France, okay, out of Los Angeles, the majority of the passengers were French. So even so, Air France is not the most organized airline. Like when they start their boarding, it was still a more fluid, more calm boarding going. Coming back from France on Air France, the majority of the passengers were Americans, and it was chaos. They were fighting, acting like children because people were I mean, I am a what they call in Delta a sky priority. So I have priority in boarding and checking in and things like that. So I'm in line getting ready to go on the plane, and people would just come in front of me. And I say, I don't really care because we are going to go in the same place at the same time. We're going to get there at the same time. And my seat is going to be saved regardless at what time I come in on the plane. But people were acting so childish to board it first because, you cut in front of me. It's like, oh my gosh, it was just embarrassing to travel with Americans. So that's why I rather fly with Europeans and European carriers. Plus, European flight attendants, they have, again, because of they have exposed so much to different cultures, they are a little bit less, let's say, American flight attendants are a little bit more entitled than Europeans. So they believe that they are a little bit above what they really are. And I don't know. I just have a feeling. I just prefer European airlines. So yeah, that's my intake.
Wow, that's very interesting. So you had a flight from Los Angeles to Paris by Air France, right?
Yes.
And then you had a flight from Paris to Warsaw, right?
Yes, on Air France.
What? Oh, Air France again.
Yeah.
Again. Okay, and back.
And back on Air France, I all my travels were Air France. So I come back from Warsaw to Paris, then I went to Paris to Marseille, and Marseille back to Paris, all on Air France.
You had the flight from Paris to Marseille, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm. Because I went there to watch a rugby game, the World Rugby Cup that is happening in France right now. Yes.
And after that rugby cup, you had the flight to Warsaw to your friends, right?
Yeah. No, my friends were in Marseille. Yeah, that's where I met my friends in Marseille.
And then you accompanied them to Warsaw or what?
Oh no, I went to Warsaw on my own. Yeah, I went to Warsaw alone. Yes.
Just to look around or what?
Yeah, just to look around. I wanted to go there, and so the reason why I wanted to go to Poland is because I don't know if I ever said that to anybody, but I had a girlfriend that was Polish that lived in Poland, and I used to go there a lot. So I just wanted to go back. Yeah.
You had a girlfriend who were Polish.
Yeah. And I used to go there a lot. I used to go to Iceland and Poland, and then I had a girlfriend that lived in Paris that I used to go see her a lot too.
And you mean you were in Poland many times?
Yeah, yeah. I was in Poland many times. Yeah. So she was from Gdansk.
Ah, Gdansk. I
So she
know
lived in
Gdansk.
Gdansk.
I
So
know
I
the
didn't
town.
spend much time in Warsaw. Yeah. So
Ah, so how many days you were in Warsaw?
I was 3 days in Warsaw.
You was just you alone.
Yes, alone. Mm-hmm.
You see, guys, that Mark is experienced traveler who can do the travel trips alone, and he cannot. For example, he can spend his time in Poland, for example, 3 days alone, only looking around, right?
Yeah. Hey, when all your friends are married with kids, they can't fly with you anymore. So you fly alone.
Oh, okay. Maybe some of our guys here, Irina, Lena, and Alex, have some questions to you about your flights, about their friends, for example, mm, and the wars, and then what? Any questions to Mark? Any maybe proposals to him? What
Don't be
he
shy. Go ahead.
or what he should visit next time? I
I
think
have a question.
Go ahead,
okay.
Alex.
So as I understand, you were working in Air France, yes?
No, I wasn't working. I was a
Uh-huh.
passenger.
A
Yeah.
passenger in France. Okay.
Yeah.
And what about Air France? Is it a good air company? So you, as a flight attendant, you can give some recommendations or some rating about Air France, because I'm really interested about working in Air France. That's why I'm asking.
Well, okay. Well, again, Air France has a different type of operations that the airline I work have. Okay. Air France is a global airline.
Mhm.
They fly all over the world. Okay. So their operation is a little bit, the way they do things are a little bit different. So I'm pretty sure that the service that they do from Paris to Los Angeles, which was the flight I took, will be a little bit different than the flight they do from Paris to Nairobi. Okay.
Mhm.
So they have these kind of differences. I like them because, first of all, like I said, their flight attendants are usually people that are European and they have a different range of culture experience. So they know how to handle situations in a different way. They're not like, for example, spoiled. Some of them might be, but the majority of flight attendants that I have encountered on Air France, they are very down to earth, kind of level-minded people that doesn't get emotional about certain things. So,
Mhm.
and that's what I was trying to explain to you guys before. When you work on this job, it's not good to let your emotions take over you. Because remember, it's not personal, it's just a job. So the moment you let things get to you personal, you start losing more focus of what you need to be paying attention to, right? So
Mhm.
even when there's a situation that is difficult, whatever, hey, they say no, no, they handle it. No, it's all right. If they need somebody, then they call somebody that is in charge and let the person that is in charge deal with it. They are the ones that are there for that reason. So that's what I do like about them, and that's the difference that I see between flight attendants that work for Air France, Lufthansa, British Airways, which are European airlines that fly globally, compared to flight attendants for American, Delta, United, which fly international, but they are usually American flight attendants that have a different kind of culture and way of understanding life. That's the difference that I see, you know. So
Mhm.
yeah, and that's what I do like about Air France.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So it's possible to say that passengers from different continents, from different countries, they are different. They have their different conscience and etc. So, and you should know how to deal with them, with all various passengers.
Yes. Again, like I said, it's not something personal. It's just remember, you are a individual that is doing a job, and you are crossing paths with somebody that is going from point A to point B, and you're the person that is taking that person from point A to point B. So the best thing you can do is just focus on what you need to do and provide that person with the space of what they need to be comfortable. Like, for example, I remember years and years ago, right after I don't know how old are you, Alex, but I don't know if you remember, but I know you know about the attacks on 9/11 in New York, where they got the planes on the buildings and all that, right? It was
Yeah.
it was a couple of years after that. I was working, and this passenger, we were going from San Francisco to San Diego, okay? And this pastor comes to me. He was a Muslim, and he comes to me and say, it's time for my prayers. Can you tell me what direction is west? Because I need to do my prayers. And I said, okay. And I pointed at the west of that. So he gets this little towel, puts down in the galley. He said, do you mind if I pray over here? I said, no, you go ahead and pray. So I let him pray. He was praying. Well, the other girl that I was working with, she comes and see him praying, and she gets all nervous. I'll handle it. Just go to the front. I'll take care of it. He's fine. He asked permission. That's what I'm saying. Europeans have a different way of managing certain situations that Americans get all like, and that's sometimes what I have problems with.
Is
Yeah.
it possible to say that Europeans are more modest and more shy than, for example, Asians or Americans? Is it possible?
More shy?
Yeah, more shy and more modest, like this.
Oh, I wouldn't use the word shy. I wouldn't use the word shy. What I would say is that, and the word modest, modesty is, in my opinion, something different. I would say the Europeans, let me say this example. Let's say you get a janitor, okay? You get a janitor here in US, and you get a janitor in Europe, okay? So a European janitor, a guy that was born in Europe but is a janitor. They all have the same level of education. They probably finished their middle school or high school, and they're a janitor. The difference that I'm going to say between the American janitor and the European janitor is that the European has 5,000 years of culture behind him, and the American has 250 years. So there is a difference on that. So it's not just the modesty. I think it's that fact that we are still a very young nation that are still kind of trying to find ourselves, and with the woke culture and all that. And Europeans already been there, done that, bought the t-shirt, already seen it all, fought wars, starvation, diseases, and all that. So they are more resilient. They're more steady. That's the thing. So I wouldn't say shy. I say that they're just not. They don't get involved with the drama and cultural drama that we do get involved here. That's what I would think. And the Asians, I just think that they are a more private culture. They provide what they need to provide, but they don't want you to invade too much on their space. They are very to their own. They don't like to mix their culture with ours. They have their traditions, their culture. So I don't say they're shy. I just say they are protecting what they believe needs to be protected from outside cultures. That
Mhm.
is my opinion.
So it's possible to say that Europeans, they don't try to get involved in conflicts, in some misunderstandings. Yeah.
Yeah, I believe that it's not only Europeans. I think it's people that has been exposed to different cultures more often than others. Like, for example, one time a friend of mine, this was years ago, and it was right after I went to France. I spent a lot of time in France, and this was in 2012, and I was working, and this pilot, he was a young pilot, and he comes to me, oh yeah, me and my fiance, we're gonna go to France for Paris, and it's our first time going to Europe. What is your advice? I said to him, well, my first advice is don't go to France. If it is your first time in Europe, France is not your place. Go to
Right.
England where they speak English. Go to Ireland. Go to something. I mean, you still have the European culture and exposed, but you go to France and you don't speak a word of French, you're not gonna like it, because it doesn't matter
Yeah.
how loud you say, I want a Budweiser. If the guy doesn't speak English, he doesn't know what you're asking, you know?
Yeah,
And
that's right.
they have a different code. They dress up to go to dinner. If you go to a restaurant over there wearing shorts, flip flops, and a tank top, they're gonna look at you and they're not gonna like it. So he didn't get happy with my answer, because he thought it was insulting for me to say to an American, "Don't go to a country because you're not gonna get along there." Because over here they think that everybody should know English. Everybody is obligated to speak English when they're here, and they need to speak English when Americans are there. So that's the thing. That's what I'm trying to say. And don't understand me wrong. I think knowing perfect English is essential for anything. But
Yeah.
you being expected to know when you're there and when I'm here, it's kind of itchy, Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. I know about French that French hate English, and it's due to historical circumstances. France was struggling with England for a long time, and that's why nowadays France still hate something related with English. Yeah, that's right. And even they tried to get rid of Anglicism in France. So if you come to France, more probably in hotel or in restaurant, you can speak freely English, but typical French people, they don't like English. I know that, and so thankfully to my school and thankfully to my interest to France, I know French, but I had friends who had been to France, and they tried to speak English, and French people were watching at them like, why do you speak English? So we don't like this. I know that.
I study French every day because I want to go there and be able to. The problem with me is that I can communicate a little bit. I'm not fluent, but I can communicate a little bit. But the problem at least when they say that I'm trying to speak French, they see that I'm having an effort, and then they speak English with me. Then I can't speak French anymore because everything they say to me is in English. So yeah. So it's
Yeah.
but it's fun. But I still love it there. I would live in France anytime if I could. Yes. So
So you
Yeah.
you have
yeah.
some basic knowledge of French, right?
Yeah, I can actually communicate a little bit. I know how to get directions. I know how to order food and things like that. And walk into the store and ask to buy a couple things. Yeah, I can speak French enough to actually not die hungry. Okay, I don't need to go eat at McDonald's in France not to starve. Yeah.
Okay. What about you had how long did you have a relationship with the girl from Poland?
A year.
Yeah. So you can maybe speak some Polish, some
No,
words.
no. The only thing I know how to say in Polish is piwo proszę.
Yeah, I I understand a little bit Polish. Maybe
Okay.
Alex, Alona, Elena, and Irina. Did you understand what Mark just said?
I'm sorry, could you repeat? I was charging my laptop. What
Mark,
did you
could
say?
you repeat in Polish what you just said?
Piwo proszę.
Beer and something else. I don't know.
Beer, please.
Just beer, just beer.
Just beer. Okay.
Oh.
Okay,
But
guys.
but let me ask a question for all of you. Are you when you guys are gonna start flying for airlines?
Okay, just everybody, just it's a speaking club, not just conversation when only Mark is a speaker. Please tell us your stories, your plans, for example.
Yeah,
And
I want to hear what you guys are planning to do.
So
maybe just in just sorry for interruption. Excuse me. Just about our today's topic. Maybe you want to share if you have some experience in European countries about customer service. Just some indicates some nuances and something. Your plans, just anything. Tell Mark and me. Who will be the first?
I want.
Okay.
I can share my experience and my knowledge in my work. During my professional activity, I had two cases in my work. The first case was when I worked in the therapeutic department, I remember. There was an old grandmother. She lost consciousness and she was from England. Later, I saw that she was very sad and pensive. I wanted to support and improve her mood. I asked that what happened. She said that according to our traditions, it is tea time from 4 to 6 in the evening. And at this time, they drink tea with refreshments and sandwich. Everything is postponed during tea time. I made grandmother tea and sandwich. The grandmother started crying and thanked me and Leslie to my attention. I adore my traditions and respect the traditions of other countries. The second case was when I worked in the therapeutic, in the intensive care. On my shift was a Muslim. I remember that I changed my communication style with him. Muslim pray 5 times a day. Every time I helped to retire to a separate clean room, I helped to cover his body in special clothes. I helped later on. Also, I ordered a special meal for him that follows his faith. There are eggs, pastries, product meal, and spices. Muslim can follow eat at any time unless if it's not fasting period. I remember that he was satisfied, and I satisfied too. And I like different types of situation, and I like to deal with them.
Okay, very good. Very good.
Yeah, good.
So, I mean, so you can understand what I say, you know, when you are exposed to different cultures and you work close to them and you, I mean, personally, I think that's a good thing. I mean, it makes us grow and see different ways of life and different ways that people think, and I think it's a good experience. It's a great thing to do, you know. Yeah, that's a very good story.
I can say one thing about the customer service. So, in my university, as I'm studying for a translator, and now we have the discipline of hotel and restaurant translation, Ukrainian and English. So, and now we had a theme about the translation of sites of hotels and restaurants. And we was watching about the transformations in translations. So we have like literal translation and adequate translation. And I noticed a big difference in translation of British lexicon and American lexicon. So if you desire to deal with customer service, I think it's really essential to deal and to be well educated in the lexicon of British and English. So, for example, when you speak with Americans, I think it would be difficult for them to understand some British lexicon and maybe like British pronunciation, like elevator, lift, garden, yard, etc. And also, we was observing one Ukrainian site of one Kyiv hotel. And this, I found a big problem of translation of Ukrainian sites because they don't have like English version. They use the online Google Translate. So this site. So, and when you translate some points on this site of Kyiv hotel, it contains a lot of difficulties, a lot of literal translations. So, for example, if you want to say check in, check out, it translates like arrival and departures, which is not correct. And also like a single room, it's a personal room, etc., etc. And I found out that for Ukraine, it's really important to translate how to translate correctly the sites of hotels and restaurants. But I think it depends on to who belongs to this site. For example, we was watching one site of a restaurant in Kyiv, and it has the Ukrainian and English version, and English version was translated perfectly. So as I understand that they involved one translator who translated the site in English version really good. So, but the site of the hotel, I think the hotel belongs to the state, to the country, and that's why this site is not so well qualified. It's not in the good quality. You understand? So I think that even governmental sites should be translated correctly, because if we want that visitors, the travelers from the world came to Ukraine, we need to provide them a normal, comprehensible sites, I think.
Well, yeah, I agree with you. I mean, translating things perfectly should be essential. I mean, an example for like, as you guys already know, I was born in Brazil, so Portuguese is my native language. Well, I was in Portugal, and shoelaces in Portuguese is cadarço. Okay, so I broke my shoelaces when I was in Portugal, and I found a little mom and pop's little shoe store where I could go and try to buy some new shoelaces. So I thought, well, they speak Portuguese, so I might as well say it in Portuguese. Well, when I said the word in Portuguese, they look at each other like I was speaking some kind of I was calling his wife a witch or something like that, because they kind of looked at me with surprise the word I said, and I was just saying shoelaces. So the word in Portugal is a whole different thing. So if you don't translate perfectly, certain words can mean sound very similar, but they can mean something extremely different that is not sometimes very good. So yeah, I think it's a good effort to make sure that translations are done perfectly fine, so people can, when they read something, they know exactly what they're reading. So yeah, I agree with you. So very good.
Well, you know Portuguese, and how do you think Portuguese is similar to French or not?
Yes, there's a lot of words that are very, very similar. So that's why, for me, is not so. I'm not gonna say it's not so, because it is difficult. But for me, it's a little bit. It flows a little bit easier for me than for a English person that, like, for example, a person that was born and raised in the United States, because over here in the United States, people are not mandated to learn anything but small Spanish in school. In school, they learn how to say, onde está el baño, or cerveja, tequila. That's what they usually know. So any other languages, they're not required to learn. So for them to learn anything but English or Spanish or something, for them is a little bit more difficult, Yeah.
And I wanted to ask you, you're in Paris, yes, right now, or somewhere else?
No,
forgot.
I'm in Philadelphia.
In Philadelphia.
Philadelphia.
Okay.
I'm working. Yeah, I'm back at work now. So yeah, no more vacation right now. So yeah.
Because I noticed your background of your window, and I thought you're in Paris in a modern district. Oh,
No,
very
this is Philadelphia.
beautiful. Very beautiful.
Yeah. Well, it's a big city. I like it. So yeah.
What time is it in Philadelphia?
Right now is 1. It's almost 1 in the afternoon.
Okay. Because we have evening right now. It's so sunny.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, it's pretty late for you. For me, it's still 9. For me, still 9:40 a.m. So yeah. So I a little bit later today, I'm gonna go back to Los Angeles, and I'm gonna be off a few days because I have a surgery that I need to do on Wednesday.
Surgery? Oh.
Yeah, I have a surgery that I need to do. I have a surgery on my face that I'm gonna do on Wednesday. So I'll be off for a couple of weeks.
Is it serious or not? Yeah.
If I survive, I'm just kidding. Yeah, it's not bad. It's a simple procedure. Don't worry.
Okay, great.
I'll be alive. Don't worry.
Okay.
I hope. But please, Irina, are you here? We had a conversation. We have Alex and Elena here speaking, and you are silent. Why? Just a speaking club. Just please practice your speaking skills. Please tell us something. Wow. Even you have a camera. It's a future. Wow.
Yeah, I have camera. Actually, I'm just listening to you because it's really interesting. You have really interesting stories. But I have a little bit another stuff, but I try to connect two things. Your speaking club to be here, and I'm preparing myself for my conference. It's according to my university, because now I'm getting my higher education. So I'm really sorry, but I'm really listening you. So you asked about customer service experience. Yeah, right now I live in London, and I worked at the hotel as a waitress and housekeeper. So, but now I like took a break. I needed the time for my education. But about my experience, actually, I'm not sure about Ukrainian customer service because I didn't work as a waitress in Ukraine. But here in London, I worked the hotel where were a lot of different nationalities like Spanish, French, Italian in other countries. So I can say like different nationalities are like in different their own way. So there are different people totally. For example, like Spain, they are more maybe smiling. The French, they're more like strict, but they're like very fashionable. So kind of like this thing. Of course, I had a lot of stressful situation, any urgent situations. So it's great experience for me because I dealt with customers. We resolved a lot of customers' complaints. We worked in a team. So it's, I guess, in my opinion, customer service experience is the best experience, I guess, in our lives because you worked with people and people, they are different.
Tell us something something more specific about your work. For example, you work in customer service in London.
So
I mean,
before
about
you start, are you wearing a California shirt?
no.
Is that a California shirt?
No.
Okay.
Specific situation. Yeah, okay. I remember one situation, if I'm not mistaken, I told you before about one customer who wasn't actually polite. So he was actually rude, but we didn't pay attention. We tried to do all the best. And I took order for breakfast, and he ordered a glass of wine, but we didn't order a glass of wine for breakfast, for example. But he said, I would like a glass of wine, and I don't care where you have to take it, but I want it. If you're not, I will leave a bad review about you or about your hotel. So actually, I needed to do something to save like a reputation of about me and about hotel. So yeah, owing to my team, because I explained the situation, I explained about the person. Actually, we really quick resolved this problem. We found the bottle of wine. We served this glass of wine, so the customer was really surprised, and hopefully he left nice review about the hotel, about the me. So this is the situation when we dealt with a person who wasn't at the first time, for example, really happy about the service or about the hotel, but we changed it, and the owners of hotel, then they thanked to us. So yeah, that's just one of the situations.
Oh, well, you know what? Look, like I said before, good story, and you did what it was the best situation, the best result, or the best way to do the situation. I mean, yeah, and in the end, it's just a glass of wine.
Yeah.
Give the guy. Yeah, for example, in my job, the way the things work, my company give us iPads, and we have to work with the iPad. So somebody asks for a beer or wine or something, you get the credit card and slide on the iPad and charge. I'm gonna tell you, I haven't charged anybody in years. In years. Anything they want to drink, I just give it to them. Because you know what? In the end, I don't care. Just give because if they come on the plane and they're all worked up, give them a drink, let them relax. And if the company comes and asks me, I say, yeah, I did give it to them. I didn't take the money. So, so that's it. That's it. Just make them happy. They relax. And, I used to be the kind of guy that was strict too, with a charge and that. But this day and age, if you stop and think, you don't know what happened in their life before they got to you. Anything could have happened. Their car broke up. Their girlfriend dumped them. Their mother told them they were a bad son. Anything could have happened until they got to that point. And then all of a sudden you're there and they want a glass of wine and you just come and give them a glass of wine and, hey,
They're happy.
I say, hey, it's good. Life is not so bad. I got a glass of wine. Nice person.
You mean, I don't remember exactly, but you mean Southwest just have rules that you have to sell this glass of wine? For money?
Yeah. It's $7.
$7.
$7 for a glass of wine, yeah. So but I don't charge. No.
You just give, please take, and you don't even say anything about money.
No. And they have their credit cards and they're like, hey, don't worry, I'll take care of it, And they kind of look at me kind of odd. They say, okay, like, yeah.
Okay. And they're happy.
They're happy, So, yeah. So they're happy.
More than $7 and they're happy.
Yeah, exactly. It's just a glass of wine. So yeah, it's all right. So,
It's like a generosity, yeah.
Hey, I'm a giver. What can I say? I'm a generous man.
Yeah.
Okay.
You see, as Mark said to us, and some of our speakers, you just have to, maybe Alec or I don't remember. You just sometimes you just make a little gift to a person, then they are happy.
Yeah, exactly.
A glass of wine, a candy, or what? Wow.
Because sometimes I'm working and you see people, and I don't know about you guys, but I usually do that. Sometimes I'm working and I see people and I look at them and they just look that they had a rough day or a rough few years, and nobody gives them a break, nobody gives them anything. So when they come to me and all they want is a beer, like a Miller Lite that, in my opinion, tastes like cat piss, and they want to pay for it, I just give it to them. It's just like, yeah, you can have it. So it's all right. It makes somebody's day. So and my company is pretty profitable. So if they're gonna complain that I give somebody a free beer, take out of my paycheck. So.
Just you mean, did you have sometimes anytime you did you have some kind of request about your presence of wine or no?
From the company?
Yeah.
Oh, believe me, I had several complaints.
Wow.
Several complaints. I got called in the office several times, because they complained that and that's what I'm saying. I don't go to work taking things personally, okay? I go to work because my job is to take people from point A to point B.
Yeah.
And get them out. That's my job. So I go there with calm and I don't take anything personal. If they want something to drink, I give it to them. If they want a Coke, I give a Coke. I give their snacks, pick up whatever needs to be picked up, and they think. But I also don't let anyone cross a do you guys know what a threshold is?
Yeah.
Trash?
A
Threshold.
threshold is a line, is an imaginary line that you put yourself with another person, okay?
Mhm.
That you allow that person to be or not to be, okay? So there's a threshold that you have to allow somebody to be with you. So I tell people, I am paid, my job pays me to take a certain degree of abuse. So, for example, if we're delayed or we misplaced someone's bag somewhere else, they were going to Dallas and their bags went to Seattle and they're pissed off. Okay, you know what? They have the right to be mad because it wasn't supposed to be.
Yeah.
And that's when you say, you know what? I'm sorry. Here's a free cocktail. Here's a free wine. I'm really sorry about that. You know, you are paid to handle these situations because they're not supposed to happen, but they do happen, right? Now, when that person wants to take to a different level personally with you, be angry personally with you because something like that happened, and they cross that threshold of a personal space that you should have, that is not okay. That is when you stand your ground and say, look, this is not good. You need to calm down, sit down. Here's your free cocktail, but you need to stay quiet now.
Mhm.
And I have that threshold. And I had a lot of people that didn't like the way I react to certain things, you know? So yeah, I did call my company many times and that's the way it is. And I've been in the company for a very long time and there's certain things that I am very adamant about the way I want to be done. So yeah.
Okay, Mark, were you once charged for that free wine you just presented to a passenger?
I'm sorry, what?
Did company charge you sometimes for that glass of wine? $7?
No, they will not do that. They will not do that because I just say, look, it's customer service.
Yeah.
They were upset, and I give. So they say, well, was all 50 people upset? Yeah, they were very upset. You know? So I give them all free wine. So yeah.
Yeah, all 50 people.
Yeah, you know, was everybody upset? Yeah, they were very upset. So, you know, and only a free glass of wine or beer would have solved their problems.
and they, yes, you see, guys, Mark, he just saves lifetime value of passengers. That by giving that glass of wine, he will have that passenger come back again to the airline and take a flight by Southwest, right? Because
Yes, exactly. No?
the passenger remembers, wow, I was so upset, I had so bad day, and just that flight attendant gave me free wine. Wow. Oh, it was so so yes, and he will remember the airline. He will come back again.
Yeah, you know, so absolutely. So, yeah.
That's a value of customer service. See, guys, that by your perfect in some conditions, your perfect customer service, you make the person remember you and your company, of course, you present, and of course they will return to the company because they remember, wow, that girl was so generous, so kind to me. It was such a great company. I'm with you.
But I think your company went bankrupt because you offered to 50 people a glass of wine.
Well, I'm sorry. If the company goes bankrupt because of the wines I've been giving for free, the company was already way bankrupt before I started giving the free wine, you know? So yeah. No, the company's not gonna go bankrupt with that. No.
Okay.
Alex, you see, Southwest is a very large company with
Yeah.
many million of dollars, and just it can't get bankrupt. It's one of the most successful companies in the world.
Yeah,
So
we have
they can afford.
we have about 25,000 flight attendants, okay? And
Mhm.
let's 25,000 flight attendants, 2,000 give free drinks like I do, and the other 23 charge everything. Well, the company gets the wine for 50 cents and sell for $7. No, they're not gonna go bankrupt.
So that's obvious that they can afford this generosity.
Yeah.
Yeah. If
Okay.
anything, I can always say, look, I'm doing a company a favor. I'm providing something that people get happy, you know?
Yeah.
I never a pastor getting upset because I didn't charge him for his beer. So, you know.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's just an example of perfect customer service value and experience. Okay, guys, we have some new girl here, Yulia. He joined late, but still, maybe Yulia wants to. If the girl is that Yulia who asked me for that speaking club, I suppose that she is happy now because she waited it for so long time, Yulia, right?
Hi guys, sorry I'm late because I confused with timing. You're supposed to start Ukrainian time 7 p.m. but I'm in UK now and I
Face palm, face palm, my God.
yeah, I know you 2 hours ahead, but I'm literally forgotten now. Just oh my god, I'm joining quickly now.
Oh, it's all good. Better late than never.
Yeah, this
Yeah,
true.
just Yulia, what's your last name?
P-A-L-I-I.
I know. Yes, you are that Yulia. I just remembered. Okay, you just waited for the meeting. Please, just we have maybe have to finish to end up the meeting, but please maybe you can introduce yourself to us in order for us to know you better.
Okay. Hi everyone. I'm Yulia. I'm from Ukraine. I'm 24 years old, and my big passion is airplanes. I want to become, I think, like everyone here, cabin crew, or I know two people already working or worked before. Lucky. And yeah, I'm. 1 year ago, I didn't speak English at all, but I moved to UK because of war, and I start speaking English. I work with English people. I have 2 jobs, and I going for interview with Qatar. And my next interview with Emirates on a Wednesday, and I'm so excited about that.
You mean you have an interview on Wednesday, this Wednesday, with Emirates?
Yes, yeah.
And
Very good.
you were rejected by Qatar, or what?
Yeah, I did pass everything because I'm very bubbly person, and I spoke with everyone and they really like me, but I have a scar on a visible place, and Qatar very strict about scars, and yeah, and they like I really upset them because when I say about I have scar on my leg, and they like, oh, and I saw how they like really upset because they like me, but company rules not allowed have a scar. But I passed English test, I passed group interview, I passed CV drop, like everything. But yeah,
You mean
I hope.
you mean you failed just when you had the final interview, or what?
Qatar, they doing like a tattoo and scars check.
Yes, I mean you at final interview you had that question about the scar.
Before final interview, they doing a reach test and plus scars and tattoo check. And yeah, they didn't like my scar, and that lady should be like, oh, I'm sorry.
Is it visible when you're wearing
Yeah.
your
Yeah, they were visible. They like on my leg. I can show you, but I'm in uniform. Just 1 second, sorry. You know, like Qatar and Emirates, they like are showing the hands and also legs.
Yes.
And 1 second. Thank you so much. Oh gosh.
Wow.
But when I wear my tights, they quite not visible. But if I was out, like I'm in the car parking. Oh, sorry.
Oh my God.
I don't know. See, I don't know. Seriously.
That's just that white white color.
A nice little,
Yes.
that would be fine. Yeah. So, you know.
I
Okay.
was so worried about that. But some girls
Yuda.
say,
And as I know, Emirates are the same, have the same strict rules like Qatar. Why do you hope? You just hope that they don't notice or what? Or-
Well,
no.
say anything to them either. Just let the interview go, whatever, and don't say anything about your scar. You know. So yeah.
Yeah, I just like let them go. I will see what's recruitment team saying about that. And yeah, but UK people, they saying like you can try different, like British Airways
Yeah.
or Virgin. They like Virgin. They saying this very good company.
Yeah, yeah. Don't limit yourself just for Qatar, Emirates. Go to airlines. You know, go to Virgin. Go to a British. Go try like Alex. Try Air France. You know, yeah, Lufthansa. I mean, yeah. So I wouldn't stop on those two.
Thank you so much, Mark. Seriously, thank you. This really nice conversation.
Okay, Yulia, you mean that this Wednesday in several days? In 2
Today.
days? In 2
Yeah.
days.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. We wish you good luck. We
you
wish
so much.
your scar not to be noticed.
Yeah.
Or should it disappear in maybe in one night?
Fingers crossed, my scar disappeared.
You maybe you have maybe you have some ladies paints to use for just no.
I'm quite very scared about that because I saw lots of video where girls hiding scars, hiding tattoo, and they say like make sure you need always keep hiding, but in Dubai, Qatar, very hard to hide because these hot places was people always wearing shorts and this always need to hide. And yeah, and someone, my colleague, can say and can report on me and saying, oh, did you dare say she had a scar or not?
You see, I see that you are a very brave young girl. You just use your chance. You do it. I hope that you get a job.
Oh, I hope so. I think I little bit like Mark. When people start be aggressive and I just, would you like a wine? I come in with wine tomorrow on Wednesday for interview. They say no. I say, would you like a wine?
Maybe, yeah.
Good. All right. Good. Well, we will all be rooting for you. Okay. So
Oh,
yes.
thank you.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Yulia, you maybe if possible, I just I remember that I had some direct communication with you on Instagram. Yes, you can write about you just your about your result. Okay, to me.
Okay, I will. Thank you.
you just write that I'm successful, I'm an average cabin crew, or just I'm unsuccessful and I'll continue to join your speaking club meetings with the other speakers, so Mark and so on, and be one of your students. Okay.
Yeah, I will be keep in touch with you guys. Thank you so much. I'm so happy I've been on an Instagram like for lessons, and I just because I guess was I think Anna he's flew to London, and I just yay.
Okay.
All right, good.
Okay, good. Maybe some questions to Mark, some stories, and we will end up the meeting. Maybe somebody wants to share some interesting story, customer service experience, some terrible story about as Halloween is coming up, or what? No,
What do you want to say?
guys, I just okay. Let's meet then. If you are all silent, just before this meeting, I and my wife, we sold our device, electric device for our little daughter. We used to just it is on USB, and it can make automatic just like I don't know how to say it.
Swinging.
Swing, yes. And we just my wife, she is a good seller, and in some in a chat, in our domestic chat of our ZK living complex, and she proposed, and the girl, some young girl with her husband came with her child, a little son, and they came to our it's a customer service example. Yeah, they wrote that they want to check how the device, this automatic swings, how it works with her little son. Little son is about several months old, and they came to us, three of them, she, her husband, with her little son, to check the device, how it works with her son, if it really can come up the baby and make it lay calm or sleep even. I don't know. They wanted to check before buying. Okay. And you see, when they came and they put their little son, several months son, on this device, on this cradle, as I remember the word, that's cradle. Just
Yeah,
automatic.
cradle. Mhm.
The son, as he's very young, just several months, he began to cry. My ears were very painful, and I thought that they doubt, maybe they didn't even think about paying money and buying this cradle, because it doesn't work. It was today, just several hours ago. But we are lucky, as we have my mother's my wife's mother here. She's mother-in-law, right? My mother-in-law.
Yeah, mother-in-law. Mhm.
Mother-in-law, yeah. She came to us as a guest for this night, and she when this little boy was crying, she is experienced old woman, and she just made some manipulations with him, just and the boy he became very calm. He got calm, and he slept in 2 minutes. And the family looks at him. Wow, it works. We turn on the automatic swings, and he sleeps because my mother-in-law. Yes, and they here your money. You take it, and that's all. You see, my mother-in-law, she made a good selling process, customer service with their son, and they even didn't have any doubts just to buy the cradle.
Hey, we all miss our grandmothers, right?
Yes, because if she didn't do it, I don't know. Maybe they didn't they wouldn't buy it because the boy cries. And it doesn't work. Cradle doesn't work. But in several minutes, the boy sleeps. Oh, so that's all. Okay.
All right.
Thank you all. I hope that you liked my story about my successful selling of automatic cradle.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because you see, my little daughter, who is almost 1 year old, she doesn't use the cradle anymore. She refuses even to look at it. So it is a good fit for a young boy.
Good, good. Are you planning to have any other kids or just one?
Good question. You see, maybe in some future, maybe yes, but my wife says we have this one daughter, and that's enough for us. I know. Okay, okay, we'll see.
All right. Well, all right, everyone. It was great talking with all of you. So.
Thanks.
And Yulia, good luck Wednesday.
Yeah, good
Thank
luck.
you so
Good luck,
much.
Yulia. Okay, you share your
Good luck.
experience
Good
with
luck.
us, and to me personally, and with us for the next meeting of Speaking Club. Okay.
All right. Sounds good. All right, everyone.
Bye,
Bye.
everyone.
Bye.
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 Thank
Have a
you.
good
Bye.
See you
Bye.
later. Bye.